In this game against the San Francisco 49ers, the New Orleans Saints had so many injuries. And honestly, the list of people who got banged up in that game is too much to even read out. But the number one guy on that list, the headliner, is Drew Brees, who came out of that game with a collapsed lung, 5 fractured ribs. And me personally, I came out with a broken heart. I'm hurting, man. I'm hurting. And I'm going to tell you how I think this should be handled on this episode of Point Blank Period.
You can sleep when you die. Point blank period.
And you know this, man.
The Saints have been living off of this next man up mentality. I know everybody in the NFL says it, but the Saints really been doing it. This year, you had Michael Thomas get hurt and was out for pretty much the whole season, minus 3 games for a variety of reasons. And in that absence, you've seen Emmanuel Sanders report with Drew Brees grow. You've seen Marquez Callaway emerge. You've seen Traquan Smith be a little bit consistent, and we hope that he's all right because he also had a real bad injury. It was scary looking. It was glad to see him walk off of the field. I mean, obviously you had the explosion of Alvin Kamara in that time, but you had a lot of people step up in the wide receiver position. Last year, Drew Brees got hurt with a thumb injury. Teddy Bridgewater came in, and the Saints stepped up all around, not just at the quarterback position, and went 5-0. Now you're without Brees again, and I don't know if it's going to be 5 weeks or 4 weeks. Who knows how long? Dan Graziano said 2 to 3 weeks being optimistic, and when we say optimistic, that's like optimistic. You know what I'm saying? So, and then I heard some people saying that the Saints just hope to have him back for the playoffs, and I think that's more likely. Like I said, he has 5 fractured ribs, a collapsed lung, and mind you, he came into the game dealing with a shoulder injury, and this isn't a medical condition or an injury, but he's old. I mean, and that's not an insult either. It's just to say that his body's not going to heal the same way it did when he was 25. So I want to be careful. And Sean Payton came out and said this is the first time in probably 15 years that Drew has ever came to him and said, I just can't go. And that's why you've seen Jameis in the second half. So this is my message to Drew. Look, don't rush back. I get the appeal to want to because you're a competitor. So naturally you're going to want to play. But then also the Saints are right in the thick of things for the number 1 seed in the NFC, being tied with Green Bay, and they got the tiebreaker. And then you look at the division, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we ain't running away from them. So you want to at least come back and get the division, but I'm going to tell you, slow your roll. Don't do it, and I'm going to tell you why. Because in the NFL playoffs, from now on, the number 1 seed is the only team that's going to get a bye. And then with this year, with the pandemic, there's a possibility that there's going to be a bubble for the playoffs. So you're going to have the 2 through 7 seeds, everybody playing the same amount of games in the same place. There ain't no home field advantage. You ain't going to have that dome rocking. So, honestly, who knows if the Saints get the number 1 seed? But if you're trying to rush back, don't do it, Drew. If you ain't first, you're last. It's not that important. Just heal up, get your body right, and make sure that you're really recovered because this is more than likely your last hurrah. And I don't want you going out like a shell of yourself. Point blank, period.